Hi, guys. I'm Sarika Jane, love and relationship coach, and now an author. I'm so excited to share that I've published my first book, The 90-Day Soulmate Plan, Get Out of Your Own Way and Attract the Higher Love You Deserve. It's so beautiful. I just got it in the mail like 2 days ago, and I wanted to post a video, but then it was Thanksgiving and my kids got the flu. So I even have a little bit of a cough. So I'm going to do my best to not cough on this video. But I'm just so grateful to receive this book in my hands. It's so beautiful. I can't believe that this dream that I had starting 10 years ago. I mean, I've been wanting to write books in practically for my whole life. I mean, as a kid, I was always reading books. My dad had to pull me away from books. And and even in my 20s, I tried creating different nonfiction books. I did write different nonfiction books. I never published them. So getting to the point of publishing has been a real journey. I've had to, get support, face my self-doubt, and, just have the words channel through. And so here it is. Here's the book that I've been waiting to write since I started my love and relationship coaching practice over 15 years ago. And even though I started coaching women, while I was working on Wall Street, I was doing strategy consulting, and I started coaching women on the side as a side gig, mostly to also support myself. I was also looking for my partner. And I started, learning about how to start a side business. I've always leaned towards having, creative expression, whether it's through business or books or supporting other artists outside of my day job. And I wanted to learn how to create, different income streams and share my talents and gifts in my own way. So it's been a journey. And when I started coaching, I also met a wonderful man. We got engaged, and he broke up with me a month later. And that's when, as I was crying in my sheets, a voice came from my heart that said, I need spiritual healing. And I didn't know what that meant. I was very much, on Wall Street and focusing on my career and finding my partner. I had no idea that there could be a holistic way, a mental health way to kind of get ready for my dream relationship. I had no language like that. I just wanted to find my person and get married and have 2.2 kids. And, I just thought that that's how it works. It worked for other people, so it should work for me. And it just didn't happen that way for me. So that night when I was crying in my sheets and just surrendering, just recognizing that I don't know, I don't have the answers anymore. And that voice that said, I need spiritual healing came up, and I just sat with it. And then the very next day, I roamed the streets in New York City, and I saw a sign that said psychic readings. And I walked in, and this woman, Romanian gypsy psychic woman who was smoking, she gave me a reading, and she said that I was blocked. I was energetically blocked. And that if I didn't heal from this breakup, then I would keep attracting the same patterns over and over in my life. And I saw that. I just felt like I was living in Groundhog's Day with my love life. And yeah, so I began this transformational journey of loving myself and releasing my inner blocks, the same blocks that made me a magnet for heartbreak. As it turns out, I began to look at those blocks and, through the power of self-love, through the power of healing and the transformational power of love, I released those blocks and I stepped into my feminine power. So that's something that I had never even, spent too much thinking about, was how, this good and bad relationship I had with my feminine side, how I had to become more masculine for being successful at work, but then trying to be feminine and flirty in my love life. And, just the push and pull dynamics of being a woman. I just felt so lost in my womanhood. So I also reclaimed that divine feminine relationship with myself. And 90 days later, after I started this journey, I met my partner. And I can't say that we fell in love immediately, but he was in my vicinity. And we began talking. His name is Christian, and dating. And 2 years later, we got married in India under the Bodhi tree. And it was my dream wedding. It was his dream wedding. I mean, we were both so in love with each other, so excited about this life that we are creating together. And he's been so supportive of my journey of coaching women. So I began coaching women again around dating, and dating in a conscious, joyful way. And I've supported hundreds of women in their transformational journeys and finding their partners. And so many of them are getting married, having children, and they follow the same process that I followed, which I share in this book, the 90-Day Soulmate Plan. It's a book that I've, basically reverse engineered my own journey, bringing in tools from, psychotherapy, from energy healing, from Buddhist philosophy, from Christian philosophy, and, yoga. And so just kind of combining all of my trainings and even mindfulness, right? Obviously, mindfulness is a big part of this journey, of this true love journey, and really giving the reader all the exercises, all the tools that the reader needs to get ready for their dream relationship. I really believe in the power of intention, and that the universe is conspiring for you to be happy. There's a benevolent force that is underlying all of us, that supports us. And when we're aligned in terms of our heart, mind, and spirit, and we have strong intention and focus and commitment towards something, then miracles happen. I mean, and life is about miracles. Like, that's the one thing I'm really learning throughout my journey, my love journey, is that life is about experiencing miracles, and we are capable of achieving anything we desire. And, as long as it's for our greatest good or the world's greatest good, we're supported in that. And so that's, the philosophy that I share in this book. This book will support you in getting out of your own way and attracting your dream life, your dream relationship, and getting you ready for that lasting, soulful connection with your soulmate. Your soulmate is there. Just as you're seeking your soulmate, he or she is seeking you. It's, again, a universal principle. Rumi talks about it. You can call it the law of attraction. I do believe in the law of attraction, but I also believe that we are conscious creators of our reality, that we have this power within us to manifest what we dream about, what's out in the ether, and bring it into our physical reality. And this book gives you the step-by-step process to do that. So I'm just super excited about my book. It's beautiful, the font. I love the cover. I want to give Nicola Humber and the Unbound Press so much gratitude for helping me create this book, helping hold space for this book to be birthed. And it took almost 2 years through working in her masterminds and writing clubs and working with her as a publisher to get this book out there. I took a pause. After writing this book, I took a pause, and, I got pregnant. I had my third daughter, and believe it or not, I had my third daughter at the same time that I published this book on Kindle, which is so crazy. It was like 2 days apart. In the last minute, I held a book and baby blessing ceremony right before I delivered. It was like 2 days prior to delivery of the baby Thara. And I had all these goddesses, my parents, friends, family, clients who came on and blessed me, shared beautiful stories about me. And it was magical. It was magical that I created this, this powerful blessing ceremony before birthing the book and the baby. And Christian did such a great job of facilitating it. He was funny. He was, great at summoning people to speak, and he's just such a great guy. I really write this book because I'm so blessed to find my own life partner, a wonderful man who's emotionally available, who's right now taking care of the girls who are sick, and doing it so willingly. And he's the person that I know that everything is possible in my life because of him. And it's not some sort of neediness that I feel for him. It's just this genuine love and connection and appreciation and respect I have of him. And that's the kind of relationship that I want to help women cultivate in their life, whether it's with their relationship with themselves, their soulmate, their children, their parents. And this book goes through that in a very easy step-by-step way. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book. It's 90 days, as I said. Of course, you can do it at your own pace. And it's over 13 weeks, basically. And so I broke down the book for you to do over a 13-week period. So week 1, mental well-being, spiritual well-being. Week 2, emotional well-being. And then, I go on to week 13, which is how to date and love with confidence. I share enlightened dating principles and getting started with dating. So let's see what else. Just feeling my contentment, excitement, nervousness, giddiness as I'm sharing this. It's a vulnerable journey to write a book. When I first got the book, I was wondering, oh my God, did I say too much? Did I write too much? Do people want to read this? Who's interested in a holistic way of dating? I mean, there's so many amazing dating books out there. All of my self-doubt came up when I first saw the book. Even though I was excited, I also felt that it wasn't good enough. And that was the initial, concern. And then I had to really practice self-love. And I know that this book has worked for so many women. The process that I guide people through in my coaching is this. It's for women who can't invest in coaching, who want to embark on this journey themselves or with girlfriends, or maybe, do it with a therapist. So you can tell your therapist that you're doing this book and it has all the steps and the processes to go through it. I talk about healing yourself from your family blueprint, for instance, and rituals around healing your relationship with your parents so that those subconscious blocks aren't there anymore. I also share about how to close your X files. This is a really important step for women. We're carrying so much baggage from our past relationships, from our own shame and guilt that we have about ourselves, from our relationship with our parents. which I call the mother wound, the father wound. And, all you have to do, you don't have to do years of therapy. You can just do the rituals in this book step by step and release the stuff once and for all. And find clarity, find levity in your life, like just feel heart open and baggage free. That is my wish for everyone who is looking for love, because there's no point in bringing baggage to a new relationship. You're just going to be creating the same patterns over and over, right? What are those patterns? I talk about some of these patterns, right? You keep attracting emotionally unavailable men. You get your heart broken over and over by a man who you thought was the one. You are ghosted by a man that wasn't, that you thought was interested in you. Getting entangled with a narcissist or being in an abusive relationship. Losing yourself and your identity in relationships, struggling with low self-esteem or deep insecurity, right? So many women struggle with the subconscious feeling of unworthiness. I mean, it's prevalent, right? 86% of girls in America have low self-esteem. Now, I'm not really getting into the reasons why that's the case. It just is, right? And your low self-worth and low self-esteem is what's going to be the major obstacle in your love life. Even if you meet a great guy and you meet your soulmate, you're going to sabotage the relationship because of these inner demons that come up, the self-doubt, the anger, the jealousy, the insecurity at the end of the day, right? Feeling afraid to speak your truth, walking on eggshells around your partner, feeling like your relationship is simply taxing around, not going anywhere. I mean, I give this book to women, or I guide women through my coaching who are in a relationship, but their partner isn't taking their relationship to the next level, right? And I found 100% of the time, women who do my coaching, who go through this process, take their relationship from single and taxing around, not single, I'm sorry, from, just simply like taxing around to moving into engagement, into marriage, and creating a relationship on their terms. It's possible. Having poor health related to stress from your relationships. I mean, the number one cause of disease is stress, right? And 80% of that comes from our relationships, right? We derive so much fulfillment or stress from our relationships. And if the relationships around you are draining, which most of us have draining relationships, we don't even realize it. With toxic people, with parents, with colleagues, bosses, exes. I mean, there are, I read the statistic that 80% of our energy, or 90% of our energy, goes towards toxic relationships. We don't even realize it. We're trying to please someone who will never be happy. A parent, an ex, a current partner. So you really have to learn how to elevate your vibration, set healthy boundaries, communicate your feelings and needs in a healthy way, and begin to let go of relationships that no longer serve you and make space for the one, your soulmate, the one who wants your not all, but a lot of your time and attention, right? If you don't have space in your life for your soulmate, which I call the Feng Shui principles of love, again, in this book, then you're not going to invite in that partner energetically. You're too busy, you're too engaged in other aspects of your life, your work, your family, your social obligations. Like, those are all barriers to having the spaciousness of inviting healthy love into your life. And that's what this book is about. It's about healthy love. Not feeling safe, secure, and cherished in your relationship. I mean, that's a big one, right? Women, we need to feel safe, loved, cherished in our relationship. And if you're facing addictions like social media, alcohol, socializing, work, right? Smoking. Those are all signs that you're stuck. You're stuck in a pattern, right? So all of these symptoms that I've described are how you know you're stuck. And a holistic way of approaching your love life is what's going to help you through. Okay. So, let's see what else. So it's a 5-step program. The first step, I talk about self-love. So I call it be a love magnet. And so you get to learn how to discover about love through self-love. And that's really important. The way you love yourself is the way the world's going to love you. The world is your mirror. So if you have a strong inner foundation, mental, physical, spiritual, physical, if all of these areas of your life are feeling balanced and healthy, then you're going to feel this unshakable sense of happiness within you, fulfillment within you, and you have a strong foundation. Your cup becomes filled and overflowing, and you begin to attract love into your life. You become a love magnet. So I found time and time again that women who just do this first step of becoming a love magnet, their vibration starts to go up and they're attracting miracles everywhere. I mean, I had that happen for me when I began to do this. I had strangers just coming up and giving me compliments, giving me clothes. I would make friends everywhere. I started meeting men in random places, who asked me out on a date. And it was just, life just started to feel more flowing, more easy. And that's what we all crave, right? Step 2 is heal your heart and close your X files. And that's where I talk about healing your past from your family blueprint, regrets that you have with yourself, releasing your X files, as I call it, cutting cords with exes, right? Once you do that, then you're baggage free, okay? And then step 3 is around discovering your wow factor, aligning with your unique feminine sexual self. This is really important and powerful for women to manifest anything in their lives. So when you're aligned with your sexuality, so a lot of times we just get into relationships without really knowing what our body needs, what feels good for us. And we just give in relationships, or we shut down sexually. What a lot of women do, right? We have a lot of trauma that we've been through. And so if you're not in alignment with your sexuality, then you're not going to be able to share that connection in a partnership. And the other thing is that your sexual energy is what manifests things into your life. It's the creative life force that needs to be unleashed in order for you to manifest. It's an energetic principle. Okay. The divine feminine, getting in touch with your emotional leadership side. So women are the emotional leaders of society. We are the connectors. We create culture, we create family. This is in our DNA. This is our biology. And many of us have been shut off from it. Being, go-getter women, studying in top schools, working in top top, companies, or being career-oriented or whatever. And it's society, it's what we learn in school. And we don't ever get to really get in touch with our feminine side. And I can say the same for men. I mean, it seems like men also have, might have the upper hand, but also men have been denied access to their sacred masculine side. So it's a balancing out for both men and women. And for us, once we get in touch with our feminine side, then we're able to awaken the masculine side in men, or attract higher quality men into our lives. And I've seen that over and over. I mean, women who do this program, even within the first month or two, they start attracting higher quality men because, again, the world is your mirror. You attract what you are inside. Okay. So you attract the yin and the yang. I mean, if you're the yin, you attract the yang. And that is your power, you know. And living with your purpose and igniting your passion. So when you do this journey, you start to notice your creative chakra becomes, you know, opened, and you start noticing your gifts. You start living in accordance to what turns you on. You lead a turned on life. And that is my hope and vision for women, is to lead a turned on life, right? When you're turned on by yourself, then the world is turned on by you. Men are turned on by you. I mean, that's a common problem a lot of women face when they're dating. They don't feel turned on. They're just shut down, desperate, low self-worth, you know, feeling despair, anxious, panicky about their love life. And when you're not feeling in alignment with your authentic self, when you feel disconnected from your passion, then you really have nothing to give, you know, and you're not oozing with that magnetism. That's your birthright. So step 3 will get you into your magnetism. You will be magnetizing opportunities, career opportunities, men, abundance, wealth to you. You'll become a queen, right? That's your birthright. And I don't mean queen in some like, yes, queen, you know, princess. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about integrating the different sides of you. I talk about the 5 feminine archetypes in here: the lover, the warrior, the mother, the old woman, the sage. I mean, she's called the sage, right? Integrating these archetypes within you so that you can channel any of these when needed, right? And you become a queen. You begin to rule your own queendom, as I call it. And the step 4 is around preparing for lasting love. I talk about the Feng Shui principles for calling in love. So steps that you can take immediately to start inviting in the vibration of healthy love into your life. How to invite the masculine into your life. So I share different tips and secrets around how to magnetize masculine guys into your life, and how to create chemistry with men. I mean, this is something that, of course, there are tons of books, dating books around how to communicate with men, but this book gives you the exact methods for communicating with men, for flirting, for creating connection and emotional connection. That's the most important thing that sustains a relationship long-term, is emotional connection. That's really the focus of my book, is around becoming an emotional leader, becoming emotionally expressed, creating emotional connection with yourself and others, with your partner. It's really like how to lead a fulfilling life, and inviting a partner to join you in that, and creating connection, right? It's not just about getting the guy and having a kid or two, and, you know, you guys support each other in your careers and you travel the world. It's more than that. It's about chemistry, connection. And step 5 is around loving and dating with confidence. So I talk about enlightened dating principles. So conscious, joyful dating, you know, ideas, philosophy, how to date. So there's actual tips in here on how to date. So, you know, again, start with a beginner's mind. A lot of women who start my coaching programs, they're generally disappointed with online dating. They don't want to date anymore online. I get it, you know, but go back and have a beginner's mind on how you're dating. And you will see different results when you do this book. You will see that energetically you're aligning with different people, better people through your dating process. You're having better dates. You won't have guys ghosting you out of, for no reason. Yeah, goddess dating tips. So how to stay joyful, grounded while you're going through the ups and downs of dating, right? So, this book is the book that'll support you if you've just been ghosted, if you've gone through a breakup, if you've been single for a while, if you keep attracting emotionally unavailable men, if you just want a new perspective on dating, if you're stuck and disappointed with dating and you just want to focus on you. Again, this book will guide you in just creating that better relationship with yourself, which I know most women really want. We value, that usually is our top priority, even though we might not realize it. The partnership is the icing on the cake. And it really is. It's like when you really love yourself, then your partner is just there to enjoy this ride with you, and you're there to enjoy the ride with them. It just becomes like two people co-creating a whole new world together from a space of openness and heart openness, love, communication, empathy, emotional connection, sexuality, healthy sexuality. And so I just, this is my prayer for women in the world, and men too. Men can read this book too. It just try to look at if I talk about the sacred feminine principles, think about it from the masculine perspective. What aspects of the sacred masculine are you connecting back to? But all the rites and rituals and techniques and tools are here for both men and women, for clearing the gunk, and what I call clearing the gunk on your tuning fork. So the analogy I use is when we're born, we're each born with a specific vibration of our tuning fork. We're each like our own tuning forks. And over time, over our childhood and adult years, we start accumulating gunk on it, right? And then when you hit the tuning fork, then the vibration's a little off. And then you begin to resonate with other tuning forks that are at that frequency, right? But not at your core frequency, the tuning fork frequency that you were born with. So when you go through this process, you begin to clear that gunk that's on your tuning fork, and you begin to vibrate at your core frequency. And that is the most loving frequency, right? Look at babies. People love babies. They're so pure. They're so unconditioned. They're so authentic and natural and just pure love, right? I mean, and that's who we are. We really each are that. And over time, we start getting gunk on our tuning fork and become less authentic, insecure, shaky. We develop different coping mechanisms to survive in this world. This journey is about moving from surviving to thriving. And again, that's the prayer of this book, is to support you from moving from surviving to thriving in your life. So I'm so excited to share this book, the 90-Day Soulmate Plan. And I can't wait to connect with you on it. So as part of the book launch, I'm planning to do a 13-week book club. And so every week we'll meet and we'll do a little mindfulness meditation. I'll do a little bit of the book reading and do some book Q&As to support you in your journey, and maybe do another ritual or so to support you in clearing any blocks. I mean, we'll see what time allows for, but really it's just there as a tool for you as you go through this book on your own, and in a community setting. And well, thank you so much for listening, and wishing you the very best for 2023, wishing you love, success, fulfillment, prosperity, abundance in 2023. May this book support you in that journey if it resonates with you. Thank you.